Your Wednesday Wise. It is time to talk again about what's going on in your life when it comes to thinking, eating, and living. Really, part of the challenges today is that there is so much going on when it comes to stress. Busy professionals are stressed out. My clients typically are struggling with stress. We think about COVID, but they're also struggling with energy. They just don't have the energy that they used to have. You know, Red Bull and Snickers can only go so far. And lastly, they have issues with health. Well, I'm Evan Messman, and I am the Chief Gratitude Officer for a company called Pro Attitudes. I'm a health, wellness, and mindset coach, and what I do is I help people who are struggling with stress and energy in their health. I help them change one choice at a time, one action at a time. And the way I do it is working with what I call the attitude muscle. It's kind of like exercising your bicep, one action at a time. Today, what I wanted to do is to talk to you today about something that I think is really important. So many people struggle with their habits. They're either on or they're off. I call it the roller coaster riot of dieting, exercise, or just taking on challenges, whether it's at work or with their family. And then they're either on or off. And it gets exhausting to actually either always be on, and then what do they need to do by the time the weekend comes or by the time vacation comes? What are they doing? They're not even unplugging. They're just getting sick or exhausted. They can't enjoy their vacation. So there's always about worrying about what's going to happen when they get back, and there's all this regret from maybe what might have happened before they left. Well, let's take a deep breath. Let's focus. Let's focus on really what's happening here. Habits. What is a habit and how do you change a habit? I mean, that's my specialty here. But part of what I want you to do is understand a habit is where your attitude, which is your why you do it, where your what to do, which is your behavior, and your how to do it is your technique, where the three of those intersect is a habit. And that's where you're either successful or self-defeating. Sometimes we have habits that are really healthy, like we get up in the morning and we jump out of bed and we put our sneakers on and go out for a run. That's a nice, healthy habit for many people out there. And then there are those that hit the snooze button. Hit the snooze button. That's a habit too. There are those also that eat really clean during the week, and then they have a really, what I call a cheat day or two on the weekend. That's a self-defeating habit where it's on and off, and it works for a lot of people out there. But wouldn't it be smarter and a lot healthier to say, you know what, I'm just going to have a new relationship with food? So let me ask you, how many of you out there, and hey, if you're seeing this live, hit hashtag live. And if you're seeing this on replay, hit hashtag replay. Hit it a couple of times because that helps more people see this and learn from it so that they can benefit too. And why don't you share with me how many of you are struggling with challenges of being on and off? Give me an on. And actually, just type on or off. I don't care. On, off. And let me know that that's what your challenges are. And how many of you are comfortable when you have a dinner that you go out to and you say, you know what, I'm going to have a new relationship with food just this once. I won't overeat. How many of you actually use that? Give me a thumbs up. Or how many of you use that mindset that says, just this once, I will. Meaning, just this once, I will eat as much as I want. Give me a thumbs down for that one. Part of the challenge here is it's our belief system. It's the scripts that are in our head. These scripts are written from childhood. Sometimes they're healthy scripts, and sometimes They're self-defeating scripts. But the scripts are there to protect us. They're not a good or bad thing. I call it the Darth Vader sitting on your shoulder. And yeah, Darth Vader's a challenge, but he's there to protect you from really being hurt. It's really this fight or flight response, that survival. So what I like to do is to focus on the negative self-talk, because the negative self-talk is something that you hear every day. You talk with yourself every day. As a matter of fact, you have between 30 and probably 70,000 conversations with yourself every day. And if we can turn those conversations into positive instead of negative, amazing things can happen. Now, what are we talking about when we say negative? Well, anything that comes negative, that's anything that's self-critical, anything that's a worry. So self-critical would be you look in the mirror and you just do not like your hair for the day. Oh my gosh, I've heard that plenty of times from my wife. Or you look at your body and you're just not happy. You look at, hey, I look at my love handles. You got to learn to love those love handles, but you can do something about it. Worrying about it or being self-critical about it isn't going to help. What about when you look in the mirror and you doubt yourself? You say, I don't know if I can do this. Doubt, that's negative self-talk. What about shame? Shame of something that you've done, like yesterday, overeating. Why would you be shameful for taking better care of yourself? Okay, maybe it was ice cream, maybe it was overeating on a couple extra slices of pizza, but what's the shame going to do? Why not provide yourself a little nurturing, a little self-love? We can get into the understanding of why you do it, but it's about eliminating that or diminishing that negative self-talk. What about anger? There's a lot of people out there with anger. If we can quiet the anger or use it, you don't have to express it in an angry way. Anger can create change. And then there's sadness. Sadness sometimes is just because of something that may have happened in your life, right? And lastly, what about just fear, being afraid? All of those are what I call negative self-talks. Those are scripts that we may use every day. Part of what I want to do is to change the way you talk to yourself, because if we can look in the mirror and go, yes, you can. Today is a winning day. We're going to be 3 steps closer to where we want to be. What I focus on expands. All of those things are positive. All of those, that positive self-talk are things that you can do and can say to yourself. But how do you stop the negative self-talk? Well, I'm going to be working in my workshops on these things. And if you're interested in identifying some of these negative emotions that you have and this negative self-talk, DM me. Put it in the comments and I will send you my lifestyle challenges assessment, which will identify where these key areas are so that you can get a laser focus with where you need to improve. And we can actually turn that negative self-talk into positive emotions, positive self-talk, because where do your emotions and feelings come from? They come from the belief systems, those scripts that you have in your mind. And the negative thoughts do absolutely nothing to solve anything. What they do is they just waste your time. And why do you want to waste time? Why do you want to feel lousy? And why do you want to be living in the past in regret or living in the future in worry? We need to take you into the present, the precious present. And we do that in my program through first becoming, focusing on your intention, then being strong, which is growth mindset and resilience and grit, and then it's being grateful. That gratitude gets you back into the present moment, living in the now, and amazing things happen when you focus on the present. And that I call the B3 way. If you want to learn more, again, DM me. I can send you that lifestyle assessment, that challenge assessment, so that we can get started. And it comes with a free assessment where I'll sit down and review it with you. I hope you found this helpful. to identify where it is that your scripts are taking you down the wrong path. It's not something that's impossible to do. It's simply a matter of changing the scripts and making choices that lead to a healthier you, healthier thinking, healthier eating, and healthy living, one choice at a time. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you next week, same time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this channel and Facebook Live. Thanks. Have a great day.